and welcome back to the channel. Another Conan video ready for you. So this one's not about beating thralls up and dragging them around the sand. This video is going to be about sorcery and magic. So in my last video, hopefully you got hold of it and had a look at it. I showed sort of how to collect the sacrificial blood which you need for creating some of your teleporters and the pouches and things like that can help you produce your spells. So this video is more about some of the spells. There is quite a good selection of spells. Hopefully there'll be more on the way, however, because they are actually excellent fun. I suggest you do go out and just practice them and work on them because they are very useful, and that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to cover about 5. I hope you're looking at me right. You're not looking at the lady to my left. You're looking into my eyes, not around my eyes, but into my eyes. Yeah, so I'm going to cover some spells. She's distracted, isn't she? I'm going to cover some spells, and these are spells that I've sort of played around with in the wild, and they're very useful. So I'm going to cover gathering resources, cool lightning, darkness, invisibility, and zombie mist. So let's get into those. First, I think I need to dress up for the occasion. There we go, much better. Too dramatic, I think it looks just about right. I think it'll look quite wizardry. Yes. So first things first is resources. The resource spell. Now the resource spell is very good, but obviously can't do it here. So I'm going to let's go down to the Set City. Let's go down to Set City. Go from a teleport. I'll take me down to Set City, and we'll have a quick look at gathering resources down there. So here I am, not too far from Set City, nice little spot. This is just to make a point. See, I've got lots of sort of bushes around me, rocks, some coal. I think there might be even a bit of metal there. You've got some trees, so I can gather quite a mixture of resources here. So what you need to do is you need to go to your shape nature, rock, something like your boxes, something like your rocks. Shape nature, you want to select. Then you want to go to the corruption box. Enhanced corruption. Right, what that percentage is, it doesn't increase your corruption by that. What it is, it just wants to check that you've got more than 20% corruption already. It's always best to go into doing spells with about 50%, 50-50, as I've got here. So that pretty much covers all spells. So I've got my 20% because I've obviously got 50% corruption. And then you go simply to the resources gathering, and off we go. And there we go. It basically just gathers all the resources. It demolishes the resources that are there, and they all go into your inventory. So now looking into my inventory, I've got a nice selection of stone, wood, fibre, everything you expect to get from those resources. Are you impressed? You're not impressed yet. How about this? Bing! And here I am in the frozen north. What is that we see? Star metal. You're thinking, no. Well, yes, you can actually harvest star metal without any need of using, well, obviously picks, but any explosives. You don't have to blow this up, so no more using explosives or any sort of combustible materials. This spell literally just depletes star metal and puts it straight into inventory. Let's have a look. So as I do this spell, I just like to highlight as well, if you see I've got pouches on me in my inventory, you need different spells have different pouches. These will all be made in your alchemist thing, alchemist bowl thingy. So yeah, I would say just have a big selection, 10 to 15 of each pouch when you go out, and you should be comfortably cast spells, no worries. But there we go, star metal, hundreds of star metal, that's easy. No more explosives, arrows, bombs, oils, nothing. Bosh. Easy. Let's go on to the next spell. Before moving on, I just want to highlight the gathering resources spell won't work on the legendary chest you get. I've tried. So they won't work on that. You still need to get the key. They also won't work in a lot of the caves and stuff like that, like the silver mine. The spell doesn't work in the silver mine, so it blocks places like that. So just be warned when you're going out. Don't expect to go into the silver mine and gather loads and loads of silver. It won't let you, sadly, in those caves. But outside, it will let you. Right, so, yes, cool lightning. Let's do this cool lightning. So I'm going to find this little tiny shack village thing, and let's summon some lightning. First off, you can see the spell, or that when you were struck by lightning, it actually does quite a lot of damage. It put that one thrall down to half health, like that one person NPC down to half health from just one strike. It does do a lot of damage, this thing. So the only thing is erratic. You don't know where the lightning's going to go. What I suggest, if there's more of you cast a spell, so you just get more bolts of lightning. Though be warned, I think you can be hit by the lightning. So. But yes, it's basically what this is good for. This is why I'm sort of put it on here. Is attacking people's bases, especially if you're a solo player. It does quite a lot of damage to bases. Unfortunately, once again, it won't hit the same foundation if you purposely want to hit a door or something like that. But it will just generally just do damage to their base, and especially if you're looking to sort of get over some crenellade, maybe it probably would blow some crenellade away fairly quickly, or just to do some damage to their thralls before you go in. You know, it's good just to as a sort of a backup spell while you're sort of dishing damage as well with your bows, whatever, to just drop this off. So just to randomly just do damage, because it does do quite a bit of damage on foundations, more so than I think it does on NPCs. Also, as you can see, it does cover quite a fairly good area. And you can ride out of it and it will remain there, and it sticks around for about 30 seconds to a minute, so it will just continuously sit there doing damage. As I said, it's good if you've got more than one of you that's a wizard, and you all cast a spell at once or combine it with other spells. It can be quite effective. Moving on, time for some darkness. Now I've come across this person's base and I'm going to cast darkness on it. Darkness spell does probably about the same size area as the maybe a bit smaller as the calling lightning, so maybe it's smaller than that area. What this does is that it creates complete pitch blackness. However, if you have lights and stuff like that, like a torch and that, you can see in your area. Otherwise it's pitch black. It's like total darkness, as if it's night time. I mean, you can see this is daylight. I've cast this spell during daylight, and it casts this darkness in an area. The player himself gets a glow around him, so you can still see fine in the darkness. So it's just everyone else will be encapsulated in the darkness. The good thing about this is it's a good defensive spell. If your base is under attack, just drop this just to confuse them, and sort of, just especially if you cast on the roof or they're trying to just break in, it just confuses them and makes it a lot tougher. Or is it an escape? If you're trying to get away, just drop it, or hide something you're doing. Maybe you're gathering resources, someone nearby, just drop this down and just cover the area. And because you can't really see when you're outside the area, as you see, you can't really see that the darkness is there. You don't see a big black blotch in the middle of nowhere, so people won't realise until they walk into the area and then it go dark. So it's useful in that method, and you can pop in and out of the darkness. It just stays there. Once again, it doesn't stay there too long, about 30 seconds I'd say. Invisibility. Next up, invisibility. Now this is quite a cool spell. The downside to this is if you try to attack or do anything else while invisible, you'll become visible. So just be warned of that. Even if you draw your sword, you'll become visible. So if you take many actions, but you can still climb and stuff like that, but many actions if you take while invisible, it will show you up. So I mean, you can see the invisibility. It's quite good. It's almost like Predator. If you see Predator from the movies, you sort of get that sort of blurred motion, which I guess out in the open might be visible. Someone might catch your eye. But I think more to the point of this is that it's good if you're just going through trees, or if you duck in a bush, as I show here, or just duck behind a rock. You probably will not be noticed. So I've not managed to test it on thralls to see if another player's thralls can see through it. I'd imagine they can, because it would be very powerful if you could just walk through thralls invisible. The duration of it is not too long. Once again, about a minute. So watch that if you're going through someone's base and it doesn't work, that you just don't come visible when you're surrounded by thralls. But this is just a great defensive spell if you're being attacked or anything. Jumping in water, if you're invisible, jump in water. they're not going to see you. They can look in the water. And you're sort of, because of that hazy blue haze, you're just going to blend straight in the water, aren't you? It's a very useful spell, let's be honest, if you're just travelling around. The only thing is, if you've got thralls with you, you've got your horse following everything with you, it won't turn them invisible. So if you think, you know, you're fine, I'm invisible, they can still see your thrall following you, and they're not going to just think a thrall's out for a walk on his own. So that might give the game away. And finally, we have the Zombie Mist, which I'm going to cast on Set City. This is brilliant. I love this spell, because this acts as several spells. For one, you get the zombies, which are great. They pop up out the ground, and they really distract thralls, players' thralls, and just NPCs and such, just to keep them off you, because these zombies just keep coming, and all NPCs and thralls tend to just target them and attack them. So it sort of just gives you sort of that freedom to sort of just run through an area. Secondly, it almost acts like a darkness spell. It's very misty. You cannot see very far when you're inside it. As you can see, it's very hard to see. So it almost acts as a darkness spell combined with sort of a storm spell. This spell is brilliant. Also, it covers a much bigger area than both the darkness and the cool lightning spells. So the area itself is much more sort of covered and bigger area. And you can still leave the area, and when you leave the area, it leaves sort of like it doesn't make the area misty, but you can see sort of just a slight grey outline, so you know where the mist is. And then you can just enter it again and come out as you please. But the zombies just keep coming. It's a fantastic spell, excellent defensive spell, excellent even attacking spell. If you're attacking someone's base, raiding someone, they've got thralls about, some of this, zombies come up out the ground, just distracts their thralls go mental while you're just sort of while your thrall and you just go to town on their thralls while they just go mental attacking these zombies. And also it gives you sort of cover. If you've got their players that are shooting you, you get that sudden cover. If they're a certain distance away, they won't be able to see you. So I think I'll end it there for now. I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I'm going to take my Batman type thing to take me off into the wilds, to where I can go adventuring. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments what your preferred spell is and what ones you like to see more of. If you'd like me to post some more of the spells, because I'm going to be going through them all if required. If you'd like to see me do them, saves you doing them. But thank you all for watching. Please sub and share, and goodbye for now.